Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to episode 24 of the FIFA 19 My Player Career Mode. And as you can see on the screen there, we are meeting all of the targets and objectives which are set for Kai currently. So long may that can continue. And we do have the second leg of the Europa League tie against Red Bull Leipzig, I believe it is. Of course, we did go out and win 3-0 in that first leg, as you may remember. All home goals as well, though. So we don't have any away goal advantage as of yet. Score today, and then, of course, that will give us the away goal advantage. And if we do manage to get that goal, that will mean that Red Bull Leipzig need to go ahead and score 5 if they're going to be the ones going through to the next round, which I cannot see happening. Can you? No, I do not see it happening at all. But let's try and get that first goal first. Of course, if Red Bull Leipzig do go ahead and get the opening goal in this match, then anything can happen today. And they do have the home support behind them, of course. But right now, it is Wolverhampton Wanderers. They're the ones on the attack. And here is Kai just outside the area. Goes inside the area, takes his shot. Unlucky, couldn't get that one on target. But it's at least nice to know that we are getting the shots on goal. And hopefully we can get a few more on target and smash one into the back of that net. But so far, 25 minutes in, the score remains Red Bull Leipzig 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. We are approaching half time now, still waiting for that first goal to go in. Here is Kai, lays it off there to his teammate Donis. And here's Mendy, new signing of course. Kai plays it inside, good passing play here patiently. And a little bit of luck as well. Jack Wilshere this time. And crosses, and there is Dolberg, and there is the first goal of the game. And that goal, I think, guarantees us a place in the last 8, I believe it is, of the Europa League. And we'll have the Europa League draw in this episode as well, so we'll find out who we play if we do go through, of course. But now we have got that goal. As I said at the start of this episode, Leipzig need to score 5, so I can't see that happening. I don't think we've conceded 5 goals in any game so far. So there is Dolberg's 5th Europa League goal of the season, and an important one with the important away goal. Gives us a 4-goal advantage with the away goal rule as well. So as I said, they need 5. They're not going to get it. We've got just over half an hour remaining here, and cleared away there out for a throw. We are looking good, I have to say, looking good in the Premier League too. We need to continue on with our good form in the league. And there is a second goal, and that is going to guarantee it. We are through to the round of, it will be the quarterfinals, won't it? So into the quarterfinals of the Europa League. There's going to be some big teams in there, I have no doubt at all. But to even get to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, in our first season as well, we are working towards, well, working past now, beyond expectations in fact, of all our achievements or targets, you'd say, for European football. And then hopefully we can be in the Champions League next year, and maybe even go beyond expectations for that too. But it will be our final season with Wolverhampton Wanderers next year. Once we've played in that Champions League, I think we are going to be pretty much guaranteed a place in the top 4 at the very least in the Premier League, so we should be qualifying for that competition. We can still go out and win this Europa League as well, of course. But we did concede a goal there. A little bit of a consolation there for Red Bull Leipzig. Been a bit unlucky, but it's just been Wolves all the way from the start. Timo Werner, obviously, always got goals in him. A good player on FIFA as well. That's his 5th Europa League goal of the season, and it looks like it might just be his last in European football at least. I'm sure he's going to be banging in quite a few in his domestic league. And they're actually pushing forward for a second here. Are they going to get it? No, they are not. The goalkeeper's there, makes a save, and there blows the final whistle. So it is Wolverhampton Wanderers who progress through to the Europa League quarter-finals. Who are we going to face? Let's find out now. Here is the draw, and there are Wolves. Let's see who we get in the quarter-finals. We get, come on, don't leave us in suspense, we get Atletico Madrid. What a game that is going to be. Leicester City, they're away to Hoffenheim. Seville, they take on Manchester City, and the other tie is Valencia at home to Lazio of the Italian League. So away first for us. Hopefully we can go in, get the advantage with an away goal or 2. At least don't lose, and try and get the away goal. If we do lose, at least get an away goal against Atletico. It's going to be a tough game, of course, but I'd say Atletico are the favourites for that game, of course, but you never know. We are in cracking form in European football and domestic football, and let's see if we can continue on with our winning form against Derby County. We are at Molineux for this game, and the home fans filling out the stadium, of course. They're all very, very excited for what's happening this season, and long may it go to the very end where we hopefully can lift a piece of silverware, maybe even two, because we've got the Europa League and the Premier League, where we are really, really challenging for both of those. But a chance here for Derby County. It was on target actually, but Rui Patricio, easy save in the end there for him. He stood right where it was going, and the score remains Wolves 0, Derby 0. As we go into the second half, in fact into the final 5 minutes of this second half, and it looks like this one is going to end all goalless and all square. Can we break the deadlock though? Change here for Derby County. Whether that's going to be a good change for them or not, I have no idea, but it doesn't matter because Dolberg is there again. Another goal for him, 2 goals in 2 games now for the young striker. And that is an important one because that gives us a big 3 points as well, keeping us, I think, top of the Premier League table. We will have to check on that, but I think we are top of the table with this win. We could have been maybe taken over if we didn't win today's game, but there is Dolberg's 7th Premier League goal of the season. I think he is the top scorer now in the club through all competitions. I could be wrong with that, but I think he's definitely up there anyway. But we want that final whistle to blow. There it is. Game 2 over and done with, and another victory in the bag here for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the form continues. We are March the 31st, 2020, away from home in our next match against Burnley. Now we won against Derby. Can we go ahead and win against Burnley? Hopefully don't keep it as late as we did against the Rams there. And it was Dolberg scoring with just a few minutes remaining. But let's see what happens today here against Burnley. Burnley, good side, of course. Some decent hard-working players in their team. I'm sure they've bought a few. They've got Strootman in there, as we know from previous episodes. So he's a good player. A big improvement for Burnley. But here is Bowley then. Let's see. Let's try and get ourselves an early goal. Settle our nerves. We don't want to leave it late, like I said, against Derby. We want to get an early goal. In fact, we've given it away there, but we did win it back 25 minutes in. It is still Burnley 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Here is Kai then in possession for Wolves. Lays it off forward. He's going to carry on his run here. Dolberg's running support. Gives it to Dolberg. Kai. Here it is. Kai actually lays it off. He does lay it off to Adama. Adama hits it near post and somehow it's crept into the goal. I thought the goalkeeper was going to get that or even hit the side netting, but somehow Adama, he gets into the back of the net, and just under half an hour played here. It is now Burnley 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Nicely laid off here by Kai. He could have cut back inside, but he saw the run of Adama by his side, and then boom, into the back of the net it goes. So 1-0 it is to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Adama's first Premier League goal of the season. That's surprising me. Now, I've mentioned his name quite a lot through this season, but I thought he'd got more than 1 goal. He probably got a few in some of the cup competitions maybe. It was a good play for us last season as well, as you may remember. But now we're just trying to hold on. A deflection there, another deflection from the block, and we couldn't keep the third shot out though. And Burnley have tied things up here. 1-1 it is. And Rafinha, he is the scorer of the Burnley's goal. And that ties things up then. 15 minutes remaining. It is Burnley 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Look how many times we blocked it. 1, twice, and then boom, he smashed it into the back of net. Unluckily, we could not keep that one out. So there is Rafinha's third Premier League goal of the season. It puts Burnley, back onto level terms, and in fact, they're pushing forward here, looking for a winner. Wow, almost finding it there. It's a cracking effort off the woodwork though. Thankfully for us, did take a deflection. I don't think it took a deflection. Goalkeeper didn't stand a chance with that. He just stood there and watched it go right past him. It did hit the woodwork and out of play for a goal kick. So Arnautovic, he's just gone off in place of Chris Wood. Wood, very dangerous striker, of course, always got goals in him. And here's Rafinha, scorer of the first one, crosses, and there is the second goal for Burnley. They lead now 2-1, and I was not expecting that. Defence sleeping at that near post, but it is Cork who gives Burnley the 2-1 lead. Less than 8 minutes to play. Can we find ourselves a leveller to get ourselves at least a point? Otherwise, we're going to be losing here against Burnley. But good cross here from Rafinha. He found Cork there at that near post. Defender slacking. Not sure what he's thinking there. He should have been in there before the defender was. But there is Cork's second Premier League goal of the season. No idea if he's going to be getting any more. Hopefully he doesn't get any more today, as Burnley push forward looking for a third. trying to really get this one sorted with as soon as possible, but it does go out of play. They've still got one more attack for one more goal. Can they get it, or can we go on their counter attack? I don't think I'm going to have enough time actually for a counter attack in play. Ball is cleared only as far as the Burner player though. They're still looking for a third goal here, and I think that is going to be pretty much it. And it is. There is the final whistle. So the third game of today's episode is a disappointing result, and we lose to Burnley 2-1. And with that disappointing result, look who we've got next, Manchester City. Now this could either go really well for us, a nice little rebound from that disappointment against Burnley, and get the victory against Manchester City, which will be an absolutely fantastic achievement if we're able to do so. But of course we could get absolutely hammered as well, so that would be 2 losses in a row. Fingers crossed it's not going to be the 2 losses. We want the victory, we want to get ourselves back to winning ways, and of course end today's episode with that big important 3 points. Here is Adama then, looking for an early goal. Did score in the last match, unable to go through there unfortunately. Nice little bit of play there, but the Manchester City defence wide awake to it. So 15 minutes in, and it is City who are on the attack, looking the most likely to get the opening goal in this match. Gabriel Jesus plays it forward, shot was blocked there by Mendy, and now a possible counter-attack play here for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Kai's running forward, playing more into the cam position, lays it off there to Adama. Adama's got space in front of him. Kaiser's hovering around close to him, and that one's gone into the back of the net. Can you believe it? A little bit of luck goes our way. Adama's cross, I think it was John Stones. Let's see the replay of that. It's John Stones, I believe, in the Manchester City defence, who just puts it into the back of his own goal. It is, there he is, John Stones. He tried to keep it out, but in front of Edison and in front of the Wolves attacker. But John Stones, after 20 minutes, gives Wolverhampton Wanderers a 1-goal lead and scores an OG. Now, as you can see, we are into the final couple of minutes now. After that early goal conceded by City, they've not been able to get themselves back into this game, and in fact Wolves are pushing forward here, looking for a second. Cross comes in, cleared away, and it is going to be cleared away here, but what a result this is going to be. We've got a couple of seconds to go. There it is, the final whistle blows. What a result, finishing the episode with a victory and a huge 3 points. Leave a like, guys, if you did like today's episode. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.